X10 Sapphire. And previously for X10 Sapphire, the team that struggled to make it, only making it at the last moment, for them, currently looking so good. Seeing their 2-0 against SMG has been such a great statement.
I agree. The way that they've been playing as of late has been such a, I guess, bright hope for any fans of that team. babytz, it's curious that they switch on over Muffyn and babytz. One to the Neon, one to the Chamber. This fight is not going to favor her. Should back off in just a bit. Damage done early. Takes a lot of it in return.
The way that B long is made gives a little bit of advantage for the attackers given the terrain. But if playing the angles properly, you can get that micro little corner that you can play with to get that headshot. Regardless, when you look at Pearl, it's a map that you can really take your time with. There's so many different ways to get onto a site, and that's the opening. It's gonna be from enerii to Muffyn.
Well, that's one way for sure. enerii opens things up. He's been one of those stars here for this alter ego squad, and nabbsky follows right on up after. It's a 3v5 already here in the post plant. This map generally has been regarded now as attackers sided, and that remains true. The lurk here, coming in from Ayumiii all the way on the top of B-Link, is going to be so deadly.
Oh, that's
she finds
huge!
the perfect timing as well to help on nabbsky. This is, I think this round could be done here, Tosh.
Yeah, it's almost done as Alyssa. Clearing corners, Polly gets one, but it's going to be traded out by enerii. Polly gets two! It's finally 1 versus 3. What can Polly do? This is going to be very, very hard. Gets the tap. But even in the smoke, there's not a lot of space to work with. And look, they're already pretty much ready. They have a cross there. And that's it for round 1, going for AECL.
That here on the map like this, on a round, opening pistol round, X10 Sapphire, they love to try and contest early with that chamber and long, then further fall on back, and that just gave them the space they needed to wrap around and take the B-Link.
Do you see the pacing coming through here? Even though it's a double controller. We know that Muffyn has been pretty good on the Neon. Her speed has been insane, especially for taking sight. But that's on attack. For defense, at least for round 1, we haven't really seen that just yet. But the control that AECL can bring through with the use utils has been pretty crazy.
That's really what it does give you, right? In terms of the contrast on having almost any other agent for that fact. Opening, well, really anti-eco round here from Alter Ego should be successful. They have all the advantages to their side, and yeah, Eisberg catching that lurk out towards mid. The rotate's not going to be here to help in time. Alyssa finding one, she gets hers, but that's all she can really find.
Here's Muffyn. She gets the right click, gets one. Oh. That's a beautiful shot from the Stinger, but can she do more? No, that's not all that she can do. Oh, Polly and JinNy, last 2 versus 2, and this is great for them. Anti-eco is great as they took away most of the specters here. Polly from the backside. I'm not sure if Ayumiii did spot her out though, but JinNy is so very low. Pushing at the wrong time might be really detrimental to her, but she is now going to be putting in downstairs. None of them actually going to be hitting Ayumiii. Spot out one, going to go down to Polly. Make it 2! They win the anti-eco! X10S looking very strong.
Yeah, that was looking like such a winnable round once it came down to the 2v2. And really, it did come down to Ayumiii having to go big there in that 2v2, looking at how
the mental game has been huge for them. Especially if you see how they play, how they take the site. They're so good with those trades, even at a gun disadvantage.
They really know how to play with the cards they're dealt, aren't they, Tosh? It's like, okay, it doesn't matter. You guys might have better weapons, but we've got better brains.
Absolutely. Losing all those specters, look at that. They're reduced to just nothing but sheriffs and classics. And as for X10, they already fast-bought this round. They need to play it very safe, and they're taking their time.
Mind you, on both these 2 opening maps, they're going to be starting, and rather, they're going to be ending the game on the favored half. At least here for X10 Sapphire. They go onto this and end the second half on this attacking side, which is the favored side, and that's really the side you want to close out the map potentially on. Alter Ego Celeste, don't count them out. They might have a bunch of sheriffs and a headhunter. That could be more than worth it. Still, Alyssa finds a good opening entry here, and now she cuts off any possible rotations.
It's really good positioning from her. Alluka. She does make her presence made, but doesn't get tagged. No
30
follow-up.
seconds left.
enerii coming through. That shot onto Muffyn. So very, very sharp, hitting the mark. And quickly ACL taking on the B site just like that. The rotations coming through from X10. I think the idea that they have here is just to wait and play together instead of us rushing through one by one. But it's giving enough time for AECL to reposition.
Well, it's a really good thing that babytz took this long control early. She's going to be able to bypass this trap, but still doesn't check the corner. Timing works out for enerii. How
So
bright
good.
she has shined these past few rounds. Alyssa finds a follow-up, yes, but this is looking like a very winnable round for Ultra Ego Celeste.
nabbsky waiting, but here's Alluka. What are these taps from Alyssa doing so good? But nabbsky, unfortunately, Whis has to reposition. But unfortunately, the push coming through from JinNy is going to seal the deal. The defuse comes through, X10S winning, but at what cost? 3 weapons.
In her favor, though, but in the end, they take the round, which is important. The operator coming out now here in babytz, this has to come in big, because their economy is not going to favor another loss.
I mean, if you look at that way, JinNy reduced to just a Spectre, but not necessarily a bad thing. You can get value, especially on this map. But if you see, Polly and Alyssa both have their ults.
Bring them down.
Those ults could be big. And it's good that you talked about that, because this is what they can use to try and circumvent the pressure here from Ultra Ego Celeste on their attack. They've got the null command to try and deny that from even coming into play if it ever does come down to that situation. Make contact early here towards B-Link. But still, smart for Sapphire not to budge on the rotation just yet. Don't over-rotate early on. They stick to their grounds and make sure that they are keeping all marks checked. Alyssa, good anti-haunt here. Here comes out that null command, and now they need some help because there's no utility to be used.
Huge. Really taking it out. It's gonna be JinNy next. Look how fast they're moving together as a 3. The aggression coming through and trusting each other to have their backs. Immediately, the Seas finds nothing, but here's Polly with 1. Not enough to get 2. That's it for them. babytz and Muffyn left 2 on 4. Winnable, but they need to play their cards right. babytz, she only has that op, and that utility in the way is making it so hard for her to get that vision. Either she waits it out or pushes is the question.
Yeah, she loses those sightlines that would benefit her. And it's just generally hard to retake with an operator, especially when you don't have the player count in your advantage. So, Muffyn, if she can find a pick here and bring this to a 3v2, this could be winnable. Find out the position. Yeah, they know now where they both are, pretty much. And they have to concede this. Give up the round, save the op, play to win another.
They're just gonna save, which I think it is right to do.
Yeah.
A situation where it's almost like a tug of war between these two teams. You win one, you lose one. You win one, you lose one. And what's even crazy is how well these two teams do in those anti-eco situations. Sorry.
I guess hampers them in the long run to lose that early on. But the Guardian, as we talked about earlier, their economy not favoring this, so Polly forced upon that Guardian early push out here on mid. They don't commit
Guardian's
too far.
not bad.
It's not bad. Definitely not ideal though, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's great about the Guardian is that it gets that armor shred pretty quick. Also great with that taps. But we haven't seen that value coming in from babytz and the op. She hasn't been able to utilize it because every time AECL comes through, it's never been in the area that babytz has been inside. And to play a retake with an op is really tough.
Definitely good for picks, holding angles, yes, locking down long corridors. That's about it.
Yeah, be
JinNy,
long.
She's going to have a lot to do here, especially considering that she's going to keep her head on a swivel. They clear out mid, so now she doesn't have to worry about this. The only person of contact here is going to be babytz on that B long, Tash.
Alluka slowly leading the pack into B, and everything is the speed now. babytz not getting that value from the op, unfortunately whiffs, and Alluka immediately clearing back off site. This aggression coming through from her, even with a chamber, is just very impressive to see. Plant coming through as JinNy is already coming into there with the ultimate. This is great. It gives them safe passage onto the site. Sorry, it's Eisberg actually.
Oh, perfect snake bite here. to try and deny Muffyn from pushing that back hall. You need that back B hall, so JinNy drops Eisberg, and there goes the Viper's Pit as well. Alyssa follows up, Haunt through the Cosmic Divide to try and find where she is, but JinNy gets a trade. 1v2, still so difficult, low HP, and Ayumiii right on the angle, right there on CT to shut her down. And also,
So much better here, ever since she got shifted onto the team.
well, she's always been, you know, one of those like young prodigies of the scene. She finds a well-suited, tailored home for her, it seems. Been really a good spot for her, as you said.
Yeah, it's really suiting her play style. For Alluka, even without playing a Reyna, last time what she liked to play was a Reyna. Sprays come through here, but it's gonna be babytz out first. No worries for her at all. She does get a tag onto Muffyn. But here's Muffyn. She's trying to get that bait of information through. But because they're on the eco, I was kind of expecting a little bit more aggression coming through from X10.
Well, you sometimes would want to see it, right? Especially in an eco round. You don't have pistols. You're not probably going to be favored if it comes down to a straight duel, straight gunfight. So you want to take that initiative early on, but Ego Celestè, they're smart enough not to let that come to pass. Ayumiii finds one. Can she find the follow-up? Yes, she does. Polly's good for just that one.
Unfortunate. Thought she was gonna get two. Would have been huge there.
Oh.
Alyssa does get a tag onto Eisberg. So close to taking her out. 5 HP left is all that she has. But Eisberg, she has lineups. Let's see if Alyssa can do something about this as she bides her time. Throws one out. Muffyn putting out
right
that,
on time as well. The pull comes
the
out.
Pull and the snake bite. That is painful.
No way.
She will be pushing out. Eisberg out there, caught with her knife in her hand. Not a great situation. No defuse just yet.
Yeah.
As the rest of the ACL just backs off.
Doesn't matter. That one snake bite really just secured the round for them. At this point, everything else is consolation. Pick up the free weapons. Muffyn, she dies, but little did she know she could have picked up a free gun. But there's thing to me here for Ego Celestè. It's something that has been a thing ever since, but they have two different IGLs depending on the side. nabbsky on the attack and enerii on the defend.
Wait, really? Okay, that's a TIL to me.
It's not something that is unheard of, but it's something that isn't super common. But this is really common for you to see from Alluka. She finds the opening pick. She's such a spectacular talent, but Alyssa shuts her down, not letting her find a second. Still though, the player count here, the advantage firmly in Ego's hands. JinNy only good for one. Could have maybe found a second follow-up on that bite. And Polly get the trade and drops the spike. This is huge right now here for X10.
It really is. Polly with that trade is great. Just unfortunate for JinNy, really liking that turtle shell method that she played behind that box. Regardless for Polly, she is not budging at all from that spike. Alyssa, on the other hand, just making sure to see if anyone will be flanking, playing through mid. But she might just be running straight into two members, if you look at it. But they are slowly taking the time through. There is the smoke as well. nabbsky knows there's someone in there. Haunt does get destroyed, but the spray from Alyssa to get one. But nabbsky seals the deal and saves the day.
Ego Celestè, they come out of that sticky situation.
Really liking that process. It's been insane seeing how they play. A mix between great aim duel, 300 IQ. They're so good at the isolations as well. Regardless, Muffyn is just playing it super fast, coming in from the back. Do they know that she's there? No, she gets shut down! That's an unfortunate situation! Alyssa and babytz get one each, which is huge. Regardless, Alluka already waiting. She knows exactly where Alyssa is. Not sure where babytz is though, but nabbsky spots out one more. Alluka repositions herself, trying to find that micro little corner to play in. But here's Alyssa with the Nightfall pushing out. This is going to be huge. Unfortunately, here comes nabbsky from the backside. Finds Polly to push out from babytz. Unfortunately, no! Fortunately, she does get the third shot. Nario alone gets one. Can she get another?
It's going to be difficult for them to try and pry open. JinNy, with the mere sheriff here, has to go big. If she can find the timing exactly on where enerii is, this could work on out. But enerii just so on point, knows what to expect. Those snake bites gave her away, and nabbsky follows up as well. Huge round here for nabbsky. The fact that she found those picks toward, she threw that flash in the sky. As soon as it pops, enerii swings, finds the kill on the babytz, and that was all she wrote. babytz, oh, has to be careful here not to get hit by that 0 point. Dismisses back out to safety, and Alluka finds the opening pick. She has been so deadly, opening up these rounds over and over. The sniper in hand with these ops. nabbsky finds a follow-up as well. They're just crumbling here at the seams, X10 Sapphire. And this round is quickly gone into Alter Ego's pocket.
Really hoping that mentally X10S can come back from this. They were in such good form. Regardless, JinNy, the final one. She was the only one with the gun. But that's not going to be able to be brought with her to the next round. VALORANT. Regardless, here comes the smokes through as well, as Alluka will be pushing up. No response yet as both teams trying to get a feel of each other, going default. But here in the thick of it, they do spot one out. No casualties just yet, but look at the speed AECL reacts, immediately pushing up right now as the rest of X10S
Bring them down.
retreat.
Well, X10, they know not to overstay their welcome and overextend. They've taken long control, which is something they've shown a real, I guess, insistence of doing. And that commonality is something that Alter Ego could catch on later on. If they do push this B-Link, which it looks like pretty swell for them to do, they find the opening pick once again, enerii. So great on those. They could get circumvented, but no, they pull back instead. They smoke out the trap, and babytz, because of that, on the lurk, finds one. They have no idea that along with her is also Polly, which could be big. babytz finds one, but Polly's been found as well. The lurk here, the roam coming from Alter Ego, just shut down. And Alluka from mid, making sure there's nothing else to come as well. JinNy. Yeah, this fight goes her way at the very least, but she's gonna have to find another. Winnable round, but difficult here for X10.
This is absolutely insane about how much map control AECL has. JinNy does find Eisberg, regardless, it's gonna be still hard. 2 on 2, getting the equilibrium. JinNy with the 3. Muffyn finishes it, and finally X10S comes back.
Continue on forward. What a round here for JinNy, and that pick as well with the operator. Big implications it had in the round, and they convert off of it.
Already knows that they are pushing up. Here comes Nightfall as well, just to give some space. But look at the aggression coming through. How many utilities have been used? Fortunately, enerii doesn't get tagged, and suddenly mid-control is slipping from AECL's fingers.
They've been quite commonly going for this mid-control, and X10 are, instead of trying to take that fight up front and trying to regain mid-control, they go for the lanes that they know is going to be open anyways. Most of the presence of Alter Egos towards mid, which means that A and B main will have much less presence in them, and that's why they try and take control early on. We see them push up A main, we see them push up towards B long commonly to be able to have that potential back pressure when it ever does come through the links. And Polly's gonna have to go huge here. She's the only anchor on site, and being that smoker, she's gonna have to go big and hold things down.
This is huge. They have full control of B site. They do know that Polly is there, just trying to find that angle. They will take their time, waiting for her teammates to come through. But enerii, she doesn't move. Muffyn, all she needs is just one thing. Flash does come through, but Polly and Muffyn get one. So does babytz. The explosive play is looking so good for X10. And Ayumiii hits it, but the cross from X10 is so strong. This is a flawless for them.
Great round here on the recovery from X10. Seem like X10, they know how to take a mile from those inches.
Pulling them in.
Flash already out. Muffyn gets 2 before finally going down. I am so curious to see what exactly that spray looked like. Regardless, for Alyssa, she gives that space in respect, but they do know that they're at least more advantage in terms of numbers.
They have the player count in their favor, yes. The pendulum, it's kind of equalized now. Could swing back around. If X10 take this round and end the half 7-5, they're on a pretty good path to potentially taking this map back towards their favor, especially that they're on the attacking side. But nabbsky makes sure that that doesn't stay in their favor for too long. Alyssa goes down, and that is a lot of the information gathering that X10 rely on taking off the board.
Polly, counterpart just over there.
You watching
for time, but here comes the cosmic divide as well. It's gonna be great for them. They cut through Viper's Pit. But look at that Ayumiii with one! Neri as well! Plant coming through is only just JinNy. It's gonna be very, very hard. Because you have to cross through that cosmic divide and you have no clue what's the other side. Hard to play with audio. Oh, it does go down though.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be full open for her, but no clue where exactly the other members of AECL are.
Yeah.
They can play that post-plant situation with the lineups if they want to, which is exactly what might be happening.
Oh,
these are mind games! What?
She's going way too deep. She hasn't tapped the spike. She knows that there's like 2 stars on this. She has to tap it early because the gravity well is going to pull her off of it, obviously. And now she doesn't have any time. This round conceded. Tried to go for a pick, but Ultra Ego Celeste, too smart. They play back. She gets that pick, but this round is done. Ayumiii secures it just to put the nail in the coffin.
Half X10 as an AECL. What do you think so far, Black and Blue?
Not the best half, yes, from X10 to start things off, Tosh, but not a bad one by any means. If they win this pistol, this could definitely still be a map that they come back into, especially considering that this is generally an attacker-sided map. Now, X10 looking for that mid control, just as Ultra Ego have shown the prevalence to do so. Find information top and early, and back off, knowing that that's not some heat they want just yet.
How do you stop a rampaging neon from just zoom in onto your site?
Well, it seems to be the case here that, at least for X10, they found really good benefit when they can make sure they can get proper timing off of when they know that Neon's about to engage, and they maybe throw a Prowler on out or some sort of utility that could stop them. Now, on the defense here, those fragments, this KO is going to be huge because that Neon relies a lot on her entry capabilities. And Ayumiii, the perfect gravity well shuts him down, and enerii follows up. This round has gone disastrous right now for X10.
30 seconds
Just
left.
one single frenzy and a gravity well, and 2 are already gone. So Ayumiii is going to be very happy with that pick. Staying hidden right now, not going to be seen, but does Conquest come through? No one is there, but Alluka spots up someone, unfortunately whiffs. Ayumiii takes out 1 more before gets traded out by babytz. And babytz takes up that space. Can she get 1 more? 3 for her as well. She's all alone. She's trying to find a way! But enerii is just too good.
Horizon of it. Ultra Ego perfectly played that one.
AECL. Not sure if this is their counter to what they saw on what they've learned from X10S, or this is something they've been practicing for a long time because their executions have been flawless. But some rounds, though, have been pretty close.
Blocking vision.
Some early damage done, but look at this. X10. They want to go on the aggressive early on, especially on the attacking side here, but it's simply just not going to work. Ultra Ego too prepared to shut that down. 2 players go down here on X10's side, trying to go through that link, through the arc, but they're going to get painted red. And enerii just shuts him down, Tosh.
That is just insane how much space they take up. Despite having a neon, they're just too clumped up together. Polly, last person alive, gets the tag, but it's not enough to do anything. As AECL found their momentum, just it gets rough. If X10, with this bonus, can recover mentally to gain their momentum, and this is good. I think at 10, you want to make that comeback if possible. You want to go all the way till 12 before finally recovering, because then you don't have enough space to make mistakes. And that's the first mistake from Alluka. 3 different areas covered by X10. That's how you want to do it. But nabbsky takes the damage from the snake bite, gets 1, and enerii gets 2. babytz and Polly get 1 each. It's a bloodbath here over the mid side.
A complete brawl out. We see towards mid. babytz, she's left alone once again. This time in a 1v2. Not unwinnable for her, but Eisberg, she finds at least good damage. nabbsky can make this happen. nabbsky already low, so she has to be careful, but still, she should be the one making that first contact. She finds out where she is. Perfect pop flash, and just secures a round. Ultra Ego Celeste, they come out of this on top. And it was SMG and Bren when they switch the roles, but I guess it does come down to comfortability, and in this case, they are playing Ultra Ego, who are just, you know, the queens of the Game Changer circuit.
Felt like something said if it's not broken, you have to change it.
Very true.
But we're not sure exactly what went behind the scenes in terms of how they were talking. nabbsky, she has a little bit of information, but not going to be moving. This trigger discipline from AECL is working out really good. But as for Muffyn, she hasn't been enabled to be able to take a side, to just rush through. And if you see how Muffyn is playing with her teammates, it's very different than what you'd see on a usual Neon. How Neon would just rush through first, but how Muffyn plays is together with her teammates. Regardless, trying to get a feel, trying to figure out where exactly the members of AECL are. If you can see, they're actually very, very separated. But even if it's just enerii or if it's just Ayumiii, they still get value. Nightfall already out and Alluka still waiting. We know that Alluka can be pretty huge with those shots. Finding Alyssa does not check that there's someone behind the generator, and Eisberg gets Muffyn as well.
This is looking disastrous here, Tosh. X10 Sapphire in such a difficult spot. The ruby fluid has gone to flow. As alter ego, they make X10 bleed. babytz finds that one pick, but the time, it's out. The sands here on the clock have hollowed away, and it's alter ego who are standing atop of this day to get this opening map, this opening, really potential final round. Alter ego Celeste take match point in such a lopsided fashion early.
Making me hungry, come on!
Yeah, haven't you had breakfast, Tosh? You were talking about it, right?
You know, I had noodles, not potatoes.
Well, still, breakfast, food, capiche. Are trying to be taken here. And X10, we haven't seen them win an attacking round at all. Their attack, a lot more disastrous than their defense was, but that's a great opening start. Okay, magic being made. Paulie finds the opening pick finally here on nabbsky, something X10 have been really in a drought for.
babytz loses that one, but JinNy does find Ayumiii in return. enerii gets marked. They know exactly where she is. Paulie playing this corner in the corner side. That's where she's planting, actually. Here comes the wallbang, but you know you can't wallbang that. Regardless, for enerii, it's a 3-2-4. Only losing babytz. That haunt will give some value at least, but does not catch on to anyone. Here comes the Cosmic Divide, just to take away some space. That timing! Snakebite as well comes through. They know exactly where they are potentially. All they have to do is just wait. There is a star there. Gravity well is possible, but the push out from enerii finds one Alluka as well. And here's the pull from Paulie just to buy some time. JinNy is waiting, but Alluka is ready. Unfortunately, where's Paulie and JinNy get one each. Seals the deal. It's looking great. 5-12. X10S needs to climb a mountain though.
Huge round here for Paulie. And still, it's a very tall hill to climb, as you said, Tosh. So there's many more rounds to go here for X10.
The game of mindsets is so interesting when you think about psychology. It's like some teams, they just really pop off when it comes to that do or die situation. And suddenly they're on a momentum. But then you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of room to make mistakes. And that's 2 hostiles detected immediately. And nabbsky, she's just gonna be holding this area. Spraying through. No one's there. Hello?
You know, waving and see who waves back, potentially. Who knows? Might just find one. Out of luck. Well, X10...
Poison's off.
For a great team like them, we know that when their back's against the wall at match point, they're at least going to give us a few rounds before potentially going down, right? And that's exactly what we're seeing, at least for the one. But Alluka is a great position here once again. She's been playing this position over and over, but has yet to be really shut down. If anything, only forced off with a Prowler. She gives herself away, falls back now to her safety net. And X10, they've got some time to work with, but with 30 seconds left on the clock, they're really cutting this close.
Just checking your corners or checking your top is the question. Here's Alluka. This is a very deadly wall because you can't really see anything. You can't really look up, but gonna be saved by that Viper's Pit, and suddenly you see nothing below. There's also that overdrive as well, and you see nabbsky, Alluka, Eisberg, 1 each, doing so good. 1 Viper's Pit, 1 is Byworld, as Byworld, Cosmic Divide comes through as well, and suddenly Paulie is not there at all. Not even near the spike, and that's it. The end. Round 1 off Pearl, going to X10S. Sorry, to AECL.